In the language arts side, there is going to be a research simulation task, which is one that I am particularly fond of. It gives kids an opportunity to experience text in multiple different ways. So rather than just giving them a single passage and asking them, to answer a set of questions, they're reading multiple passages, perhaps viewing a video. The passages that they're reading are often pretty diverse in type of text that they're looking at. And then the experience is sort of hands-on and interactive for the kids. So it's designed to sort of replicate a research experience, even though we're in a testing situation. And I love that that's a much more authentic approach to testing than just, here, read this passage and answer some questions.
Well, DC-CAS was very basic. It was, all multiple choice or fill in the blank and bubbles, I think the main difference is that PARCC allows students to really show what they know. And I think that's a better measure versus, the standard A, B, C, D. Being able to show their technological skills, but just using the computer, navigating it. And there's a lot of open response questions on PARCC, the brief constructed responses, like our BCRs. And because of that, it really allows every student to explain their reasoning and their logic, which is so important for our math students because, math is a logic-based subject. And so when you can read a student's rationale and logic behind how they arrived at their answer or a conclusion or a solution, it's really helpful because that's feedback that we can immediately use and say, oh, they were thinking this, now let me backtrack and see why. And that's really useful for instruction. So I think PARCC does a much better job of allowing students to showcase and talent what they know, because a student that does have a great conceptual understanding doesn't get to show that when they're just selecting A, B, C, or D.
Taking the PARCC assessment in and of itself, I view the items and tasks that compile to make the assessment as learning objects, and they are. In particular, the constructed responses, the essays that the kids have to write, you have to be thinking when you write that material, and you have to draw explicitly on evidence from the text in order to write with any coherency whatsoever. So those tasks are skill-building tasks. So even though they're assessing the current level of that student as far as their skill goes, it's also building their level. Because the more you write and revise and the more you think and problem solve, the more your skills move forward.